Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Cake Muncher and welcome back to Cobblemon. I want to start off today with a little bit of a heads up. Between episodes I did a little bit of work. It's been a little bit of time since I got back from the end and all that good stuff, and so I organized my chest. You can see I've got my chest and shulker boxes, and I've got a barrel set up for extra storage. That's for a project that I'll show you guys in a second. But I want to start things off with a pretty big bang today. Between episodes, I have been leveling up some of my Pokemon, as you'll see on the left, and I noticed that my Grottle is ready to evolve into a Torterra. In order to do that, I want to first switch him out to a Cherry Sapling, because like I mentioned way back in episode 1, I realized that one of the cool things that Cobblemon does have is different forms for Torterra, and so I am going to when you evolve it, if you're holding a specific sapling, it'll evolve and have its back stuff represent that, which I think is really cool. So we're gonna first evolve him into a Cherry Torterra. You can see right here I get the choice. So let's get everybody out here. Look guys, look! Whoa, he's huge. Hey buddy, you're so big. Oh my goodness. Get everyone else out of here. You too, Meowth. You're so huge, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've done a little bit of work between episodes, and I think there's no better way to demonstrate that than to just show you. You can see I built a little underground area for all of my enchanting. I tried to make it look a little bit reinforced with these struts and stuff. I have a little corner, my enchantment table, my lapis, books, all that good stuff, and as you can probably hear, I've got a villager now. I'll put in the footage here. But yeah, I was working on stuff, working on the basement and whatnot, this little area, and there was a zombie villager outside, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be great, because, he'll sell stuff to me for a cheaper price if I cure him. And so I was able to get him on a boat, take him down here, and then go find some brown mushrooms. But yeah, this is our new villager friend. I don't have a name for them yet. They sell looting and riptides, so not the most useful enchantments in the world, but honestly, that's okay. And this is their little room back here. I don't really have a good idea of what I want it to look like yet, so if you have an idea of what I should make the villagers' room look like, please let me know. Yeah, I also moved down my first armor set, which you can probably notice right here. I also put my first set of non-enchanted diamond armor down here. You can see it's got all the durability damage and stuff still. And I don't know, I felt it was a good little reference point, because we've got all this full enchanted stuff now, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm just ecstatic about all that. So yeah, as far as this episode, I've been doing a lot of thinking about where I wanted to go now that we've beaten the Ender Dragon, and I think the first thing I want to do is automation. There's so many cool Pokemon in this mod, and I think that the best way to start catching them all is setting up a good way to automate Pokéballs. And I originally was thinking I'll just do normal Pokéballs, because fairly cheap, not too bad. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, well, maybe I should do a Great Ball. because you know they've got like a 1.5 times catch rate, I think. And I was like, you know what, I may as well. So I did some thinking about it, and I looked up a couple things. Apparently, one way to harvest, yeah, like I said, I looked it up, and apparently one way to harvest apricorns, other than just right-clicking with the hand, is right-clicking with shears. And I found that out because I was looking up I was kind of thinking about the automation stuff, and I was like, well, is there even any way to do that? And I saw a really neat video. I'll put it in the description. I'll put a little picture of the thumbnail and title here. But they kind of talked about, you know, a way that they set up an automation for apricorns, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I thought to myself, oh, well, how are we going to craft them? And then I remembered we are in 1.21, which means we have access to the crafter, which is pretty cool. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get working on some of the automation stuff, and I'll see you guys back in a minute. Hey guys, while I was doing my resource gathering, I figured, you know what, we may as well go and explore this, like uncover this ruins, because it's been here since, you know, we set up our base back in episode 1, and I have more than enough resources to make a brush. I don't know where the suspicious gravel is, so I don't know if this is Cobblemon or if this is like vanilla. Yeah, so like I said in an earlier episode, I don't really play a lot of newer versions frequently, and so all of the like trial ruin stuff is completely new to me. Is this like some pottery? Dome pottery. Is this like the dome fossil? Like from Gen 1? This is so cool. Let's see. I think this is the only one, yeah. So I just got to the bottom of this like ruins that I've been digging down, and it looked like there was something kind of back down here, so I figured I'd come back and I guess explore it with you guys. I'm getting a whole bunch of pottery shards. I got another dome pottery shard. Or sherd. S-H-E-R-D, not A-R-D. I got everything cleared up, and checking around, it doesn't seem like there's too much more to find here. I'm gonna light up the area a little bit just so no more hostile mobs spawn. But yeah, this is really cool. If anyone can think of anything cool to maybe do with this cool little like crypt area, please feel free to let me know, because I'd love to, you know, figure out something, because it's just really pretty, and I don't want to just forget this exists. Really well made too, so yeah, again, feel free to let me know if there's anything you think I should do with it down below, and again, I'll see you in a minute. Charged creeper. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello, friend. Please be my friend. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's pretty cool. I've got an Eevee now. Speaking of Eevees, my personal favorite evolution is Glaceon. But, you know, I'm always interested to see what other people's are, so if you have an idea or if you have a preferred evolution that you think I should evolve my Eevee into, please let me know. Well, I don't think I need those spiders as much anymore. Oh! What are the odds, dude? I was literally just thinking to myself, oh, I'll just go break some of the cobwebs, and then I find a cave spider spawner. That's crazy, man. Ice tablet? Alright everybody, and with that we are back. I just sorted out mandatory, and one of the really interesting things I found while we were exploring was this. It is an ice tablet. And this is the first time we've found anything like this. This is pretty cool. There's one of the mods I have installed is called Cobblemon Myths and Legends. And basically what it does is it adds in a lot of the mythical and legendary Pokemon into the game, because base Cobblemon just doesn't really have a lot of them. And so basically, as I understand it, it says it'll summon it's connected to the legendary Pokemon Regice. And as I understand it, so this is kind of speculation, but as I understand it, we have to go to a biome where we can, like certain biomes we can summon it in. And so we go there, and then we can catch Regice. In theory, we still have to catch it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Ooh, I wonder what Pokéballs I can use. So I just read the dive ball. It says that it's times 3.5 on Pokemon submerged in water. What we could do, go summon Regice, submerge it in water, start a battle with it, and then catch it in the dive ball so that it looks thematically appropriate. Because this is pretty cool for Regice, whatever you want to say. As you can probably see here, I've got 9 dispensers ready, and I'm smelting up a whole bunch of iron so that we can make some more shears, so we can get our little apricorn operation set up. And I think that I've been doing some thinking, and I think that I was originally going to have it so that I have a fully automated iron farm as well, like an iron golem iron farm. But the more I thought about it, the more I just kind of felt bad. Maybe I'm being a little silly, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of, you know, having a bunch of iron golems die just so I can get some iron more efficiently. It feels kind of mean. So I think what I'm going to do is hold off on the iron farm itself. I may end up making a gold farm or something eventually, because those use zombified piglins, and not to sound exceptionalist, but I feel like just because the fact they're zombified makes me feel marginally better about the idea of a farm for them. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go find an area, set up my automated apricorn. Honestly, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up a temporary spot for this, and at a later date I can move it. Because I think I wanna set up a little building for all my automated stuff that I eventually build. Alright, so we got it built, and I think that the biggest thing right now we want to... Oh! It does work! So it did use 1 durability on those shears. It's good to know that it works, though. So now, in theory, what I can do is just kind of leave it running. And whenever we're near the base, it'll just stay on and auto-harvest... Oh, uh-oh. Okay, so here's the flaw, is that we've got to wait for the edge ones to go. So it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but that's okay. It's simple. Honestly, simplicity is more than enough for now. We may end up setting up a Ender Pearl stasis chamber. Essentially what that does is, in vanilla Minecraft, you want to keep chunks loaded for farms sometimes. Basically what that means is that you want the game to still remember to keep what's happening in that area, like, happening. Basically in the background, it'll be doing that. And so one thing you can do is you can set up what's called an Ender Pearl stasis chamber. Now I learned about this from Hermitcrafts, and I don't know where any of them learned about it from. But essentially, if you put an Ender Pearl in some soul sand, what'll happen is that the Ender Pearl will just keep bouncing up and down, and because the game is keeping track of where an Ender Pearl is, so it'll teleport you there if it needs to, as I understand it, that'll just keep the chunks loaded. Even if you're like 1,000 million blocks away, it'll keep them loaded, which is really cool. Hey Mr. Villager. So yeah, what I think I'm going to end up doing is building one of those in the next couple of videos. I guess part of it depends on just how efficient the farm is. If we end up needing to make some changes to it, then we may not build a chamber after all. But you know, we'll see. Is the biggest thing for now. Hey guys, I'm back. So after a little bit of gathering resources, I let my apricorn farm just start collecting so we can see how it's doing here in a little bit. But I made some extra dive balls and some great balls, and I think, honestly, why don't we go try and find Regice now? So, as you just saw probably right there, when I tried summoning it here, it didn't work because it wouldn't, I guess, summon in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for an area where I think I can summon it. I would assume like some kind of wintry biomes, maybe like ice spikes or something like that. I'll go explore around for a little bit and I'll catch you guys once I get there, and then we will see about getting our first legendary Pokemon. Alright everyone, I am back. After exploring around for a little bit, I finally found a nice little iceberg biome. You can see there's a lot of ice Pokemon around here. There's seals, there's an ice Q over there. Yeah, just kind of exploring around the ocean's been really cool, just because I've seen so many Pokemon that I hadn't seen otherwise. So yeah, I think first things first is I may as well kind of give this a try. Oh! Whoa, there he is! Regice! I have mining fatigue. Shoot. Let's see if I can get a nice burn. Oh. Okay, well. Shoot. Uh-oh. I don't think I thought this through. Can I Shadow Sneak? Shadow Ball? Oh my gosh, that did like nothing. Come on, Spiritomb! You can do it, buddy! Okay, uh-oh. I don't think I thought this through, guys. Yeah, let's see if we can boat it. Maybe a little bit of a cheese strap, but guess not. Okay. I am rather curious though as to whether or not we can get it to count as being submerged so that we can proc the dive ball. If so, this is really silly. It's a times 3.5, which is really crazy good. Let's see. Okay. Nope, that doesn't do it. We have torches, which is good. So I can hopefully stop the ice from melting, but... Okay. This may work. If it does, it's crazy. Come on, Regice! Oh, shoot. Let's try an earthquake. Oh, no. Okay. I was worried that would kill it because I think the ice is weak to ground. Alright, let's get you properly set up again. Submerged in water. If it works, it works, man. I'd love to get a Regice. I think Regice is probably my favorite Regi after Regigigas. So, fun fact. That I will be so excited if we can get this going. Dude, the Regice model looks so cool, by the way. I don't know if I've already said that, but like... Dude, it looks so cool. I think I just go until I can't anymore, honestly. That's submerged. At least partially submerged. No! Oh, he's on 10%. No! No! Guys! Oh my gosh. Well, no legendary Pokemon for us. That's okay. That's okay with me. It was kind of a cheese strategy, and honestly, I think that's kind of deserved. I had no reason to have a legend or level 70. Oh my goodness, level 70 legendary Pokemon yet. I just didn't think it would struggle that fast, dude. At least I can go check out the shipwreck, see if I get anything good. See you once I get to the shipwreck. You know what? That's good enough for me. Buried treasure map. Okay. Some more papers. Nice. You know what? For consolation, let's go do this buried treasure map. Okay, guys, I think we're almost there. So hopefully here in a second we'll find that buried treasure and forget all about that Regice. Not that I even wanted it in the first place. Ugh. Aha! There we go. Alright, moment of truth. Some iron. Ooh! Reshiram? Oh my gosh, okay, that's maybe better, if not quite a bit better than Regice. Wow, dude. I like Regice. I'm not the biggest Reshiram fan, but that's so cool. Oh, dude, this mod is so cool. Okay, I'm so hyped about this Reshiram. Second chance, and honestly, that is something that we will definitely save for next time. I think honestly what I'm gonna do is, I know it's cheap, I know I said I would avoid doing it, but I might invest in some quick balls for legendary purposes, just because I really don't want to lose them. And that's something that I'm really worried about happening, is if I'm trying to catch any legendaries, because they all have pretty low catch rates as I understand it, because they're legendaries. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll lead with a quick ball, but I'll make a bunch of ultra balls just to be safe for preparation. And I think getting some revives or like a healing machine is probably my next move as well. Just so I have some way to heal in the event that all my Pokemon get KO'd, or my Cobblemon or Pokemon, whatever you want to say, get KO'd. Because I don't want to end up being in a battle with a Reshiram and then running out of everything and just having to hope that he'll stay in my random Pokeball that I'm throwing at him. So yeah, oh my goodness, very sad that I couldn't get that Regice in the end. But honestly, I kind of feel like a Reshiram's worth it. Not necessarily better, but definitely worth it. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope that you've really enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. Again, too bad about that Regice, but sometimes that's just what happens. But yeah, I will see you all next time, and I hope again you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!